motion video on my iOS device. Sorry that this is held the other way. I try not to do that to you guys, but there's an issue with how I'm screen recording with a Mac, and apparently with iMotion you can't screen record in the landscape position, so I'm going to have to record portrait. And you guys, if you view this in the landscape position, it should be about fine, or just go watch it on a computer and then it should be perfect for you to watch. So we're going to go ahead and go into the App Store where I'm going to show you what I download. This is, I already have it all searched up. We have iMotion by FingerLab. We have, when you search that up in the top search button, it comes up with 3 of the correct ones that you have choices to download from. If you're going to download the third one, you have to download the top 2. But yeah, so this is the free version up top, and this is probably the one I would be recommend to beginners or beginners to iOS recording. And then they have iMotion Pro. All of it that includes in iMotion Pro, I believe you can buy in-app purchases in the free version, which is what I did. And then this is to control one of your games, or not one of your games, one of your iMotion softwares on a different device. So if you have it on your iPad, you can control it with your phone. So that's what I used for a little bit, not much, just because it's inconvenient to have 2 things at once. But the picture right there kind of explains it all, that the iPad is controlling it and the phone is taking the actual picture itself. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my iMotion here. You can see all my projects are open right now. I used this software to record my Flash video, Flash, Soul, and Pretzel. And here you can adjust the frame rate, but I'll explain that a little bit differently later. So yeah, we're gonna go into my the new movie, and we're gonna name it Stop Motion Tutorial. Manual. And you can see the remoted. That's where you're gonna hook it up with the remote app. So you can see how that fits in there. Or the time-lapse. Time-lapse is really nice as well if you want to do that. So I use this for my speed builds and things like that as well. So we're going to go like that. And you can see we've got a live image right here of your figure, a basic background as well. And yeah, so pretty basic when it comes to animating. You would animate the same way that you would animate your software. So I'm gonna take a few pictures. It's not gonna, but before we do that, we're gonna want to go into settings or the tools option, and you're going to want to turn on this option up top, which is onion skin. Now, if you're new to animating over the image you already have, it's really helpful to have when you're animating, and you can go around and play with the other settings as well. But I would say by far that is the most helpful, is onion skin. So we're going to get out of that. And it's really nice because it shows when you can get out. It's more accurate of a number. So I'd recommend using that for sure. Bit up. Oh, I forget. Jeez, I have to get out of that. So yeah, I forgot that you have to do that. So if you're planning on turning it upside down to record, you have to do that while you're doing it here. So, oh jeez. The lag is real, guys. So let's get out of the app. And this app does lag a little bit, but it's not as bad as some. So in order to record upside down, you're gonna, while you're on this screen or in the landscape position, you're gonna want to flip it that way while you're here. And then you start it, and it starts it in that position. So you got that all set. So, one sec. I need to get this all prepared. Like I said, it's not letting me record in the landscape position, but if it was, that's what I would be using, which is what I would expect that you would be recording in. So, we've got our figure here, and I'm just going to do a basic walk cycle really quickly. So, we're going to take an image. I'm going to do my basic 15 frames per second walk cycle here. If you want to bring out the hand a little bit, pull this back. You can see the onion skin at work right now is overlaying the previous image onto the image you're about to take. and you're going to want to rest it here in between the two studs. Take the image, and you can see it shake each time I'm about to go press down, and that's what the remote would do. It would eliminate that little bit of shake there. And you can actually see in onion skin, it does quite a bit of shake, especially at this close. But this is, again, just a really quick tutorial. I'm not really going for the quality of the animation, but more so for the convenience of the tutorial. So here we go. I'm going to adjust it a little tiny bit here. Capture. And we're going to bring together, we'll probably do about one more step or two, and then I'll go into the after editing things that you can actually do with this app, change the frame rate, etc. of the recording that you've already done. So I'm going to leave out the hands just so I can get through this a little bit quicker. Might have taken 2 frames there, but that doesn't matter. So we're going to really quickly get around with this. Bring the hands, make sure they're all the way down to the side so it doesn't look strange, but it doesn't look complete either. Like I said, I'm rushing here because I don't want this video to be too long. And in most videos, I would take more time on my walk cycle. So if you want a basic walk cycle, here you go. So I will be probably putting this to 15 frames because this is my 15 frames walk cycle. Now pretty much you're going to want to take 2 images for each of these steps if you plan on bumping this up to 30 or 24 frames, which is about a really good, if you plan on making pro videos, then that's a good frame. And like I said, if you see it keep refocusing, then you're gonna play with the settings as much as possible. And that'll help you out with that sort of issue if you see a lot of flicker, which I probably will see a lot of flicker because I don't think I have the settings right. But that is something you want to fix if you plan on making an actual video with this software. So that'll be my last image I take. If you saw, I didn't let that focus as well as I probably should have. But then we're going to want to go to stop here. Stop capture, yep. And I'm going to flip my device back the correct way. And you can see the image. It automatically sets it to 15 frames per second, which is quite helpful because that's about average. And you can see my shake and my flicker. That's also partially because there's a little bit of natural lighting in this place, but that's just the best place I could find right now to record. But yeah, and you can see in the background my minifig, and that's my walk cycle. You can, if you want to, if you feel that's too fast, you can slow it down. So this is at 10 frames, which doesn't look too bad. But once you go below 10 frames, it starts to look really choppy, like 6. Where I'd say 10 or more is probably about good for this. But if you have it at 30 frames, it looks pretty nice as well. So, I mean, without the shake, it would look probably a little better. And you can, you see this minus button on the edge of the middle hotbar, and that's where you can take out a frame. If you have a mess up frame, like you get your hand in there in previous editing, you can see it. You can go and take that out, and you can pause it right here with this pause and play button. Go back a frame or two, where you can needle out that hand. So pretend this is my hand shot, and you can just get rid of that, and it says delete frame. And I'm not going to get rid of it, but you can. And then you play it forward a few. I think that's the end, and this is the beginning. So that's helpful. And then you can export. This is where I got the full version. You can export all the photos, actually. That's going to, I actually do have enough room for that, but I'm not going to download that. So this is where you're going to do most of your exporting. With the normal version, you can only export to photo library or the iTunes sharing folder, I believe. But when you upgrade it, you can email it straight from here, Facebook, share it to Facebook, or upload it to YouTube. But I wouldn't necessarily do that. You can do that to your photo library. So I'm going to download this to my photo library. And it is now saved to my photo library. So we're going to get out of that. And now I'm going to get out of my movie recording. Oh wait, no, you want to go in here. So now it's really into my photos, so that's helpful. So here's that. Now we're going to go back into my folder, and you're going to want to get iMovie. That's a really good editing. You can see my editing softwares I have here. So we're going to go into iMovie. That's what I use to record most of my videos on iOS. You can see some of my egg yolk shows, my reviews, some other stuff I don't upload. There's my iPhone 6 video from some stuff for school, and another Egg Yolk Show 5 Egg Yolk movie that I still haven't uploaded. I'm sorry about that, guys, and then we'll get back to Egg Yolk Show regularly. So we're going to want to go into movie, and then we can go into, what one do we want? We want modern, because modern, I'll show you, I think this is the one that has a really good transition here. So we're going to want to go to the button over here in this corner, all. The top is your latest video. You press this arrow in here, and it imports it in your file. So we've got the quick little video here, and then you can go, and it has some built-in sound effects here. So I'm not sure. Some people say this costs 99 cents. Other people, it's free. For me, it was free, so I'm not really sure what the other people are getting it from. But yeah. So we can play the sound effects here. I don't know. You guys might be hearing them, but I'm definitely not. So, yeah. I actually don't know now if I'm recording audio. If I wasn't, it's gonna suck. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, you can see that. You can also add the theme music that goes with it. Bright. You put bright music in there. And then we can go and put, let's say, an image in here. So channel logos, we can put my channel logo up at the beginning and be all like Egg Yolk 2002 Studios presents, and then a little quick video of that. So and then you can go from here, go back from here, and you can upload it to all your places that you want to. So really, this is the best way to go. 2 free softwares, at least for me. And then you can go and rename it stop motion tutorial. So you can really just rename it. iMotion is a really good thing to have if you like making videos on iOS device. And you can see my theater here from a few of my older videos actually. This was me at the Lego Hartford Kids Fest 2013. So quite an old video actually. But yeah, so you can have them all here. It organizes them for you, actually. And yeah, and it quick little help thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video.